Okay, greetings one and all, and welcome to day number 1. Yes, day number 1, week 14 of our journey together, and it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you here this evening. All right, so let's dive right into the subject at hand for today. Today is Monday the 27th. Monday the 27th of November, 2023. The subject is, of course, mathematics. And the topic is volume. Calculating volume. Say finding or determining volume. So determining volume, part 1. Determining volume, part 1. Aaliyah? Where's Aaliyah?
Yes, sir.
What subject are you on, or what topic? I need you to simple interest. Okay. I need you to continue on with the next 3 topics, please. Same thing with Prashawn. Where's Prashawn?
Yes, sir.
Continue on with the next 3 topics, please. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. And Evanice, where's Evanice?
Yes, sir.
Continue with the next 3 topics, please. If you have any questions, please ask me.
Yes, sir.
All right, so when we talk about the volume of an object, you don't have any idea what we mean by the volume of an object, right? What do we mean by volume? So we know what area is. We know what perimeter is. Perimeter is basically the distance around the shape, right? And we know that the area is the space inside of the shape. But what is volume? Anyone have any idea what we mean by volume of a shape? Anyone have any ideas? No one? Okay, I'm gonna open it up. Go ahead.
Dividing.
Dividing. Okay, anyone else? That's fine. I am not writing anything yet.
Like, would it be like length times width times height or something like that?
Length times width times height. Okay. All right. That is one formula for volume. But what if I have a triangular prism, right? How can I get the volume of that? Is it still length times width times height? Like, what is volume anyway? Right? Anyone have any idea? No, yes, maybe so. All right. Like, what is volume? That's what that's my real question. Like, that's what I'm trying to help you all understand. Like, what do we mean when we say the volume of a shape? And so that's very heading at. What do we mean by the volume of a shape? So let's begin with the definition of volume. So in the world, let's just say in mathematics, let's say, we have objects with 0 dimension, right? Such as a point. We have objects in 1 dimension, such as, and we have objects. Well, we have objects in 2 dimensions, such as we can have a square, right, a rectangle, right, etc. We could also have so a square, rectangle, all of those, triangle, all of them are objects in 2 dimensions. So, you know, the regular shapes that we know, square, rectangle, octagon, hexagon, octagon, all of those are 2D objects, all right? And we also have objects that are in 3 dimensions, right? Now, what are some examples of objects that are in 3 dimensions? Looking at a sphere, right?
A cylinder.
A cylinder, very good. A cylinder.
Is
A cuboid, right? A
a prism.
Yeah, a triangular prism. Right? And so on. So in order, right, where we say the space, right? The space occupied within, right, a 3-dimensional object is the volume of the object, right? The space inside, all right? That's what we mean by the volume of the object. When we have the space that's inside of the object, right? That's the volume of the object. So what do we mean? So we have different shapes. So let's give some examples. So when we talk about a sphere, what objects come to mind when you think about a sphere, right? What objects? What in the real world is the shape of a sphere?
Basketball.
Very good. A basketball is the shape of a sphere. Maybe also a volleyball as well. It's also a shape of a sphere. Okay. Different balls are shapes. How about a what do they call it? An orange, right? That's also a shape of a what?
Sphere.
Shape of a sphere as well. Good. So a sphere is basically a 3-dimensional circle, basically. And so there are various ones. So this right here, let me just put it out there. Let me put it in the slide. So these are what we call here. Let me show you. These are what we call 3-dimensional objects. Let me just show you the picture. So these are 3-dimensional objects. So what do I have here? I have here a cylinder, I have a cone, I have a cube, I have a sphere. These are examples of 3-dimensional objects. So the objects below are examples of 3-dimensional objects. All right. So what are examples of 3-dimensional objects? You have the cylinder, the cone, the cube, and the sphere. All of them examples of 3-dimensional objects. All right. Now the space inside, right? The space inside of this object, the space inside so the space inside of an object, right? The space inside of an object are going to be what we call the volume of a subject, the volume of an object. All right. So a cylinder, a cone, a cube, a sphere, all of these are examples of three-dimensional objects, and the space inside of them, what we call the volume. All right. All right, any questions on this? Hello, any questions? Can
No,
y'all?
sir.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put inside the chat an object, and you're gonna tell me if it's a one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional. So I'm gonna put an object inside the chat and tell me if it's one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional. So let me do it. So tell me if that object that I put inside the chat, is that one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional? All right. Again, tell me if that object that I put inside the chat, is it one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional? Again, put your answer inside the chat for me. Or the object that I put inside the chat, is it one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional? All right, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right. So I put inside the chat a trapezium. Tell me if it's one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional. So far, most persons are saying two-dimensional. All right. All right, two-dimensional. Dion, why do you say that it's two-dimensional?
Because it falls in the category of it.
All right,
Like-
because go ahead.
Like it kind of looks like a square, but it isn't a square.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so a trapezium is definitely a two-dimensional shape. Reason being is because it's flat. It's a flat shape. So two-dimensional objects are flat. So if you look at it, trapezium looks sort of like this. It has two sides which are parallel to each other. All right. So we call this A and we call this B. That's the base. And then we have two other sides here on opposite sides. So these two sides right there are parallel to each other. And if you notice, this trapezium is flat, all right? So it's a flat shape. And because it's flat, we say that it's two-dimensional, all right? It's a flat shape, okay? Now, if we want to find the space inside of this shape, right? If we want to find the space inside of it, what do we call that? That's called the area, actually, the area. But if we are looking at a cylinder, if we're looking at a cube, if we're looking at a cone, and we want to find out the space inside of those objects, we say that's the volume, all right? So the difference between volume and area is basically the shape that you're looking at. If you're looking at a two-dimensional shape, that's the area. If you're looking at a three-dimensional shape, that's volume, okay? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. All right, do we have the slide or are you still writing this?
I still love it.
You have it? Okay, good.
Still waiting.
Who said they're still writing?
Sure.
I
Stop.
see. Right.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll take a picture of it and put it inside the chat. Please look inside the chat for the slide because I am gonna put your work inside the chat. It's already there, so I'm gonna move to the second slide. If you do not have the first slide, make sure that you get it from the chat. So let's look at an example, right? So let me look at what it means to be three-dimensional. Let's look at an example of, you know, finding the area. So example. So in each case, we want to find the area, not the area, the volume of the shape. So instruction. In each case, find the volume of the shapes given. All right. So we want to find the volume of the shapes that we have. Remember, if you missed the first slide, I have put the first slide inside the chat for your benefit. Again, if you missed the first slide, I have it inside the chat for your benefit. So we want to figure what is the volume of this shape. But let me put the shape on the screen for you. All right, this shape, this is a three-dimensional shape, right? In fact, we call this shape a rectangular prism, right? And so they want us to determine the volume of the shape basically by counting the number of cubic units. So remember, for area, we had to count the number of square units to get the shape, to get the area of the shape. In this case, we have to count the number of cube units or cubic units that we have. So let's look at this one. Let's call this number 1. And for number 1, can someone tell me what is going to be the volume in cubic units of the shape? Do y'all think it is? It's the volume of the shape in cubic units. What you think?
Mr. Petit, you have to count. Wait, how is it?
Say it again. How do we do it?
Yes, sir.
We have the count, right? So you have to count how many blocks, basically. We call them cubic units. We have to count how many blocks that we have. All right. Caden says 10, Bryce says 10, Erwin says 10. What's the cubic units that we have? Bethany says 10, Nevaeh says 10. How do we get 10? Well, Kiajane says 24. All right, Rashay says 10. All right, so this is how we got 10. And all of those who said 10 were right. If you look at it, this is 1 cubic unit. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. This is 7. This is 8. This is 9. And this is 10. So how many cubic units do we have?
10.
10, very good, 10 cubic units. So the answer here is going to be 10. Please draw this sum image, draw the rectangular prism to the best of your ability, and then write the correct answer. This is our first example, example number 1. All right. So Chai, can you explain how we got 10 for this answer?
We counted all the blocks.
Very good. We counted all the blocks. And how many blocks do we have?
10.
We have 10 blocks. Very good. And so that's how we got the volume of it. All right, so let's do another example. So let's say we have for number 2. That's number 1. Number 1, it was 10. For number 2, let's see how many cubic units it is. Put your answer inside the chat. Tell me what you think the volume of this shape is. All right. It is a 3-dimensional object. What is its volume? All right, put your answer inside the chat, please. What you think the volume of number 2 is? Again, put your answer inside the chat. Again, put your answer inside the chat, please. What do you think is the volume of this shape?
Mr. Petit, there's nothing on your screen.
Oh, you can't see it? Oh, how about now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Put your answer inside the chat for me, please. What is the volume of the second shape? Again, put your answer inside the chat. What is the volume of that second rectangular prism? Again, put your answer inside the chat for me, please. Write the volume of this object. And by the way, please draw these shapes inside of your book. Again, please draw these shapes inside of your book. It's very important. Make sure I draw them neatly and properly, or else you're going to do it again. Lanaya, where's Lanaya?
Yes, sir.
What are you working on?
Since I can't do the construction, I was gonna go on to the next topic.
Okay, before you go on to the next topic, what was the next topic? Then you say you was on construction. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you the solutions up to where you are at. I need you to place a tick if you got it right. If you got it wrong, correct it. And then resend it to me, please.
Yes, sir.
All right, starting from order of operations. So let me do that. Again, put what you think the answer is, please. Put what you think the volume of this shape is. I need the rest of you to answer because only 17 have answered. All right. So the answer that most persons have is 5. Everyone is saying 5. 5 cubic units. And the reason why it's cubic units is because we're dealing with volume. If we were dealing with area, it would have been square units, right? So it's 5 cubic units. Right. Can you explain why it's 5 cubic units? Where's Bry? Hello, Bry. Are you there? Kiana from Bry. Kaden, can you explain why it's 5 cubic units?
Because when you count the blocks, it comes up to 5 cubic units.
Very good. So this is 1, right? This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. So when they give you something like this, it's just basically boils down to counting how many cubic units that you have, right? For these type of questions. All right. So these shouldn't be hard. These ones shouldn't be hard. All right, let's do one more that's similar to this. Let's do one more. Let's say that I ask you for the volume of this one. Okay. Put inside the chat what do you think the volume of number 3 is going to be. Again, put inside the chat what do you think the volume of number 3 is. Put your answer inside the chat for me. What is the volume of the third one? Again, put your answer inside the chat for number 3. What do you think? What do you think the answer is for number 3?
You say put my answer in?
In the chat, in the chat.
I already put it in.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Most of you have, let me see what y'all have. 9, 9, 9. Wait, is that 8? Someone said 8. 9, 9, 9. Most persons have 9. All right, so let's count it, right? So this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. This is 7. This is 8. And this is 9. So the amount of cubic units for the shape is 9 cubic units. All right. 9 cubic units. All right. Does that make sense to you all? You understand how we getting our answers?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's good. So basically, all you have to do is count the blocks, right? For these type, all you basically have to do is count the blocks, and you could be able to get your answer if you are doing it like this. So that's how we get our answer. Now, there is also another way that you can, find the volume. So you can imagine in a case where they do not give you, say they do not give you blocks, all right? And so you might be wondering, how would you find the volume? So for example, let's say in this case where, let me put the question on the screen. So I should probably give you like 4 of these. So let me put this on the screen. Can y'all see number 4?
Yes, sir.
Good. So for number 4, notice that they didn't give us any blocks. Okay. So how are we going to find the volume of this shape? Anyone have any ideas?
Multiply.
You multiply. Very good. So in this case, the volume, right? The volume of a cube and also the volume of any rectangular prism is going to, or cuboid, is going to be length times width times height. All right. So let's do that. So it's going to be 6 millimeters multiplied by what? Multiplied by what? 6 millimeters, right? Multiplied by what? 6 millimeters. Good. Now, we know that 6 times 6 is what? What is 6 times 6? 36, very good. So 6 times 6 is 36. So that's 36 millimeters. And we know 36 millimeters times 6 is what? What is 36 times 6?
216.
216, very good. 216. So the answer here is going to be 216 millimeters cube. All right, so 216 millimeters cube. What did we do? Well, we multiply 6 times 6 to give us 36, and we multiply 36 times 6 to give us 216. So the answer here is going to be 216 cubic meters. Does that make sense to you all?
Yes.
All right, Nevaeh, can you explain how we got 216 millimeters cube? Supposed to be millimeters cube.
So basically, volume equals base times
No,
height,
length times width times height.
length times width times height,
Yes.
volume equals, and the length and width are both 6,
Mm-hmm.
and you multiply another 6. So
Mhm.
6 times 6 is 36.
Yes.
Multiplied by another 6 gives you 216 millimeters cube.
Cube. Very good. Very good. Bri, can you explain how we got 216?
I don't really understand it.
You don't understand? Okay, so we're trying to find the volume. And volume is length times width times height. So you're going to take the length of the object times the width times the height, right? That's what the volume is. So you're going to do 6 times 6, which gives you 36, and multiply 36 by 6 to give you 216. And that's how we get that. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Waterfall, can you explain how we got 216?
Yes, so it You say the formula was length times width. I don't really understand, so
You don't understand? Okay, the
Yes, sir.
volume formula is length times width times height, right?
yes, sir.
And so the length is going to be what? 6 millimeters.
6
Uh-huh. The height is going to be what?
6 millimeters.
6. What is 6 times 6? What is 6 times 6?
36.
Very good. And 36 multiplied by 6 is what?
216.
And that's how we get our answer. All right. So you have
Yes,
to
sir.
multiply the length times the width times the height. All right.
Yes, sir.
Good. And Kmar,
Yes, sir.
do you understand?
No, sir, just come in class.
You just come.
Yes,
Which
sir.
one? Do you understand the first 3?
No, sir.
Okay, so for the first 3, we're trying to find the volume. And so in order to find the volume, we need to count the cubic units. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So for this one, we get 10 cubic units because we just have the count. All right. Same thing for number 2. We just have to count the number of cubic units. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes it 5 cubic units. And then for number 3, it's 9 cubic units. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9 cubic units. So we're just basically counting. Understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now for number 4, we have to find the volume by multiplying length times width times height. So it's going to be the length, which is 6, the height, which is, sorry, the length, which is 6, the width, which is 6, and the height, which is 6. And so we do 6 times 6, which gives us 36 millimeters squared, multiplied by another 6, which gives us 216. All right. And so that's how we get the answer 216. Understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Are we done with the slide, or y'all still working with the slide?
Excuse me, sir. You can send me the first slide, please.
Yes, I can.
Properly.
Say it again.
Can I also get the first slide?
You need the first slide too. So I'm going to put the first slide inside the chat for those who missed it. And I'm also going to put the second slide in the chat because we're about to move on. So again, the first and second slide is in the chat. Please make sure I write down all the notes because I'm going to hold you accountable to the notes. So make sure you send them. Otherwise, I will row you. And it don't make no sense you in my class if you're not following instructions. You don't need to be here if you're not going to be following instructions. Let's do another example. All right, so I want to do another example where so that you all could see exactly what's happening, especially for the ones where we have to apply the formula. So we're still doing examples. And let me do some more examples. So for this one, the instructions is very simple. We need to find the volume of the shapes given. And so for this one, for these ones, we have to apply the formula. So let's say, for example, we have this one. And what type of shape is this? Does anyone know what type of shape is this? We call the shape.
Cube.
It's actually a cube. How do you know it's a cube?
Because it's two-dimensional.
Two-dimensional. This is a two-dimensional object or three-dimensional?
Because all the dimensions are the same length.
Because all of the dimensions are the same length. Very good. So 7, 7, 7. That's what makes it a cube. All right. And it is a three-dimensional object. Chai. Understand that? It's in 3D.
I did say
You say 3? You said 3? I thought you said 2. Maybe because your internet is not working properly. So volume, what's the formula for the volume of a cube? It's gonna be what? Length times what?
Times width times height.
Very good. Length times width. Let me get the multiplication symbol there. Length times width times what? Height. All right, so volume is going to be equal to length times width times height. That's the volume of a shape, the volume of a cube. Now, in this case, what is the length? What is the width? What is the height? The length is what?
7.
7 inches. The height, the width is what?
7 inches.
7 inches. And the height is what? Also 7 inches, right? So you have 7 inches, 7 inches, 7 inches. All of them are 7 inches, right? And so what we have to do is we have to multiply 7 by 7. What is 7 times 7? That's going to be what?
49.
49. Very good, Casey. So 7 times 7 is 49 inches. And because it's inches times inches, it's going to be inches squared. And so and then we have 49 times 7.
That's 343.
343. I agree. But let's multiply it together. So we have 49. Let me do this on this side so it remains. So we have 49. Please write this down and make sure I draw the shape properly. So we have 49 multiplied by 7. What is 7 times 9? That's going to be what?
63.
63. Very good. Put the 3 down. Put the 6 above. 7 times 4 is?
28.
28. Very good. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So it's going to be 34. So this is actually what? 3 what? 4, 3. So it's going to be 343 cubic inches. It's going to be 343 cubic inches. 343 inches cube. All right. Any questions on how we got that? Any questions? Or you all understand? Good.
You go repeat the steps again, please.
This is for Rashad, I think.
Yes, sir.
All right, so basically, what's the length, Rashad?
7 inches.
7 inches. Good. What's the width?
7 inches.
Good. 7 times 7 is? What is 7 times 7? That's going to be what?
That's
49.
49. 49.
Good. And then now you multiply 49 times 7. It's going to be what?
343.
43.
Very good. So that's how we get it. You multiply the 3. 7, 7, 7. Length times width times height. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Good. So that's how we find the volume. Go ahead, Denisha, you have a question?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, good. This is 2. So let's do another example. This is a good example. So let's say we have this, what we call a rectangular prism. So it's going to be number 2. It's number 2. This is number 1. Let me put this on the screen so you can see. This is number 1. And then this one is going to be number 2. So the first one, the one on the left-hand side is the what, rectangular? The cube. And the one on the right-hand side, my right, is going to be the rectangular prism. And the goal here is to still find the volume of the shape, okay? Now remember what volume is. Volume is going to be, what's the formula? The volume is what? Length times what? Width times what? Height, right? Good. So in this case, what is the length? The length. The length is always the longest side with respect to the 2 at the bottom. So the length is 15. It's going to be 15 feet. What is the width? The width is going to be 7. 7. So we have 15 times 7. What's the height? What's the height? 18 feet? Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, the height is 18. So let's multiply. So 15 times 7. So we have to multiply 15 by 7. So let's do that. 15 multiplied by 7. 7 times 5 is what?
35.
35. Put the 5 down. And put the what?
Carry the 3.
Put the 3 above. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 3 is 10. So it's
10.
going to be what? 105. And so what that means is that 15 times 7 is going to be 105. So it's going to be 15 times 7, which is 105. Yes, Claremont?
In the first slide, do I have to draw the 3D shapes?
Yes, draw the 3D shapes. It's going to be feet squared. All right. Now, what's the next thing we done? Are we finished?
No, so. No,
What's the,
so
what's the next thing we have to do?
105 times 18.
Very good. Multiply 105 by 18. So let's do that. So we have to multiply 105 by 18. So we have 105 multiplied by 18. Eight times 5 is what?
40.
8 times 5 is
40.
40. Put the 0 down and put the 4 above. 8 times 0 is 0. Plus 4 is
4.
4. 8 times 1 is
8.
8. Very good. Put the 0 down below. 1 times 5 is
5.
5. 1 times 0 is
0.
0, and 1 times 1 is?
1.
1. Very good. We add them. 0 plus 0 is
0.
0. 5 plus 4 is
9.
9. 8 plus 0 is 8. And 1 plus 0 is
1.
1. So if we multiply 105 times 18, we get what? 1,800 and what?
90.
90.
90.
Sorry. Very good. So 1,890. $1,890. That's gonna be feet cube. All right, so for the first one, we know that our answer was 343 cubic meters, cubic inches. For the fourth one, we know our answer was 1,890 cubic feet. All right. Now, say again, do you understand how we got our answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how about you? Shekinah, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Samaya King, do you understand how we got our answer? I can't have from Samaya. Willon, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Zara, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ricardo Russell, do you understand how we got our answer? Okay. How about you, Rashid Forbes, do you understand how we got our answer? And Rashay, where's Rashay? Rashay, are you there? Rashay, what happened to your mic?
Sorry, I understand. I just learned how to work my mic.
Okay. You sure you understand that you have to multiply, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. How about you, Rashad? Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Pardon?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Oh, I thought you said yes.
No, sir, no, sir, no, sir.
Okay, Korai. Where's Korai?
Yes, sir.
But do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. And Nevaeh Wallace, do you understand? Where's Nevaeh?
Yes, sir.
What happened? Why did you miss my class on Sunday? What happened?
I
to
had
you?
a family event.
Oh, okay. But you understand what to do.
Yes, sir.
Okay, for those who are finished with the 3 slides, please take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, please take a picture of your notes and send it to me via WhatsApp. I want to see your notes, please. Again, for those who are finished with their notes, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. That's for slide 1, 2, and 3. If you need any of the slides, please let me know. Again, if you need any of the slides, please let me know. But for those of you who are done with the slides, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. I mean, right now. That's what I mean. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp right now. All right, thank you, Latavia, Chai, Navea. Still waiting on the others. Nivea, not Navea, Nivea Gordon.
Mr. Petit,
Yes.
can I get the slide one, please?
Do you have, okay, the first slide, the first slide. Okay, let me put that back inside the side. So this one is the third. Let me give you the first one. All right, I just post the first one inside the chat. I'm also gonna post the second one. And obviously this one is the third. Again, once you finish with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. I only see a few of you all sending in your work. Where's the rest of your work? Monique, Erwin, Kaden, Chai, Dion, Latavia, Nevea. That's all who I have. I need the rest of your work.
Can you send the first and the second slide, please?
Can you look in the chat? That'll be good. Because all of them are inside the chat. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. I need all of the notes, please. All of the notes, all of them. Not part of the notes, all of the notes. Including the images.
Can you explain what we're doing?
Pardon?
Can you explain what we're doing, please?
What happened? Where were you?
The computer is malfunctioning and my mouse trying to fix it.
Okay, all you gotta do is multiply all of the numbers. So for this one, there are 3 numbers, so it's 7, 7, 7. So you multiply 7 by 7, you get 49. You multiply 49 by 7, you get 343. It's all about multiplying the length times the width times the height. Same thing with this one. 7 times 15, and then you do the 7 times 15, you're gonna do 7. You're gonna do 7 times 15, which is 105, and you're gonna multiply it by 18. All right. Okay, so for those of you who already sent in their work, I'm going to post the quiz inside the chat. For those of you who already sent in your work, let me post the quiz inside the chat for you. The quiz is going to be an IXL quiz. So if you so the first thing you need to do is sign into IXL before you start the quiz, because if you don't, then it won't have you there. So make sure to sign on to IXL first. All right, once you have started the quiz, please put started inside the chat. Again, once you've started the quiz, please put started inside the chat. Now, in order for you to do the quiz, you need to, you need your username and password. And so make sure you have your username and password. If you don't ever remember your username and password, make sure ask me because you need it.
Mr. Petit, I remember.
Pardon?
Could tell me my username and password, please?
Who's that?
Chan.
China, you lost it again?
This is my first time losing.
Oh,
Okay, but
yes.
I think mine expired because it's not automatically logging me in.
You need to re-sign in. Didn't you know expired? You need to re-sign in. That's what you need to do.
Okay, so can I get my username and password, please?
Who's okay? Which one name okay? My name is not okay. It's either yes sir or no sir.
Sir.
So you need your username and password?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll send it to you. What's the name again? That's Clement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I need to first give Rashad and Rashay their username and password because they were not here. So Rashad and Rashay, this is your username and password. Please write it down. Do you all see it? I'm talking to Rashad and Rashay. You see your username and password?
So let me take a picture.
I'm gonna send it to your phone anyway. You need to sign on to IXL. You need to go on the site. It's called IXL.com. Once you sign up, then once you're signed in, then let me know. So I can tell you what.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Yes.
Can you put the quiz back in the chat, please?
Who is that? Samaya?
Yes, sir.
Samaya, did you send me your notes? You talking about quiz? Hello, did you send me your notes? Why you
I'm
going?
sending it now. I had to wait for my mommy.
Okay. Make sure send in your notes, then you can get the quiz. All right, then you could start the quiz, I should say. Who asked me for
Mr.
that?
Petit, Mr. Petit,
Go ahead.
what site we going on again?
Go on IXL.com.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, so what's the name? I mean Clement. That's who asked. China and Clement. China has your username and password. And Clement should be on the same screen. Do you see it, China?
Yes, sir.
Make sure I write it down. Clement, do you see it?
Yes, sir.
Make sure I write it down. I don't understand y'all always doing foolishness. Evanice,
Yes, sir.
I see what you send. I see what you send me. I'm gonna send you the solutions. What I need you to do is compare your work to the solutions, please. And if it's right, put a tick. If it's wrong, correct it and then resend it to me so I can review it.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna do it right now. Lanaya, where's Lanaya? Oh, she got kicked out. All right, anyone else need their username and password? Let me resend the quizzes inside the chat, by the way. Oh, Erwin, yes, Erwin. Erwin, here's your username and password. Erwin, you got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me put the password. All right, so again, please start the quiz. The quiz is on volume. Where is Rashad?
I send you a picture on WhatsApp. You go respond, please. So I know
You don't know what to do?
the next step.
Okay, so what you need to do here is, oh, you already signed in. Okay, perfect. Now go on the chat and click on the first quiz.
Yes, sir.
Where's the sister? Is she signed in as well?
I don't even know what she's doing.
Where's Rashay? Rashay?
Hey, I'm doing it right now.
Pardon? Hello, Rashay?
I might mess up right now, but she's trying to sign in now.
Okay, make sure she signed in and gets on the thing. Y'all need to
Yes,
work
sir.
together because y'all in the same household. So make
Yes,
sure
sir.
she signed in, please.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Go ahead, Denisha.
I can use the bathroom, please.
Yes, you can. Okay, so Bethany, Angel, Latavia, Shekinah, Denisha, Egypt, Rashid, Nevaeh, Kevin, Zara, Waterfall, Lamont, Chai, Gianna, Stacy, Ajani, Monique. That's not Monique, Sierra. Malia, Malik, Ricardo, Jennifer, Dwayne, Rye. Where's Bree? Bree, where are you?
Sir, I'm eating dinner because
What happened to your why you're not doing the quiz?
I have to eat dinner.
Did you ask me to leave?
No, sir.
You need to be better than that, man. Bree. You can't just leave and I don't know. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so Johnny, did you send me your work?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Quorai, where's Quorai?
Yes, sir.
Did you send me the notes yet?
Are you still writing the third?
The third slide? Please do not lose them like you did last night. Not last night, last week. Make sure you have them and make sure you clearly send them, please.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead, say again.
I have to leave a little early to study my
Yes, I saw your message. When you say early, you mean 8 o'clock, 7:30? What do you mean by early?
at 7.
7?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right.
Thank you. Good
Have
night.
a good night. You sent in your work, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good night. Joseph, where's Joseph? Joseph,
Yes, sir.
where's your work?
I doing it right now.
I'm saying, where's your work? You didn't send me a picture of your notes. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I was about to take a picture right now.
Yeah, but you need to take a picture of it. That's what you need to do. Stop about to do stuff.
I doing it right now.
You don't understand me? And I hope you answered me with attitude, Joseph. I said, stop about to doing stuff and do it. Every time I call your name, you're about to do stuff. Do you understand me? Joseph.
Yes, sir.
All right. But I about to do. Just do it.
Mr. Petit,
Go ahead. I'm Shekinah.
I don't understand how to do it.
Which one? Which
I
one?
on the worksheet. I don't
Yeah.
understand which ones to count.
Oh, for IXL?
Yes, sir.
Did you send in your work? As
I
yet?
don't phone to send it on.
Did you wrote the notes down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me see.
Mr. Petit, they finished the thing and say the daily limit or whatever. Reach, but this thing is robbing me.
No, it's because you didn't sign in with the username and password I gave you. You
I
have this.
didn't do it.
No, it can't be no daily limit. You have to actually sign in with the username and password. If you don't sign in with that, then they will keep on saying daily limit. That's why I gave you the username and password.
After the signing, then I go on in the chat and do it.
It has to be on, okay. Is it on the same device?
Yes, sir.
So um mm, mm. Okay, sign in back again and then click it. So do it, refresh it, do it again and see what happens. But you're supposed to be able to do more than 10. Shekinah.
Yes, I checking it out now.
Okay, Shekinah, where's Shekinah?
Yes, sir.
Let's count. This is 1, 2, right? This is 2, right?
Yes, sir.
This is 3, this is 4, right?
Yes, sir.
This is 5. Right? Right?
Yes, sir.
But there's 1 at the bottom, so it'll make it 6. So what you basically have is you have 4 at the bottom and 2 on top. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
So that's why it's 6, not 7. For this one, it's 4 on top and 1 on the side, which makes it 5. Do you see that? 4 on top and 1 at the bottom. Do you see that, Shekinah?
Yes, sir.
So even though they don't show it, you have to understand that there's 1 that's right there. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Korai. Where's Korai? Korai?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
One moment, Jevin. Not Korai. Not Korai, sorry. Kamar.
Yes, sir.
Where's the work?
I still writing my notes.
Which slide are you on?
Slide 3.
Okay. And
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
yes, Korai.
Can you send it? Resend it. Third slide.
I already sent the 3rd slide.
I can't box it. I can't see it.
I'm sorry, I sent it to your mother. Okay, you should have it now. Yes,
Excuse me,
Javin.
Mr.
Yes, Javin.
Can you put IXL quizzes in the chat, please?
Did you send me a notes?
I just came from class.
You just came?
I just joined it.
So why do you want the quiz? How in the world you could do the notes without, how in the world you could do the quiz without the notes? That don't make no sense, Javin. So you mean you want the notes? That's what you mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can give you that. So I'm gonna put the notes inside the chat for you.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't understand this one at all.
You don't understand it?
It's a,
Mhm.
I get it wrong. It's a, there are 3 cubes in the bottom layer, and there are 1 cube in the top layer. What do they mean by that?
Wait,
And they said there are 4 cubes all in all.
which one are you doing? You are, this is,
The first one,
what's her name? What's her name?
just Casey.
Casey. Okay. No, not Nevaeh, Casey. You mean this question?
Yes, sir.
This?
Yes, sir.
There's only 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why you put 4. How you get 4? This is 1 block. This is 2 blocks. This is 3 blocks.
I know.
Oh no, oh, I see, understand. It's 4.
They
Because
saying it's 4. That's what I trying to tell you.
it is 4. Because you have to look at it carefully. Like, so the first one, that's 1 right there, right?
Yes,
That's the
sir.
first block. But it's sitting on, because that's how it gets so high, because it's sitting on another one. And then you have 1 on this side, then you have 1 on that side. That's why it's 4. You understand that?
Yes, I understand now. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no problem. Javin, did you get the notes?
Yes, sir. I screenshot it.
Okay, make sure I write down your notes, please. Waterfall, have you finished all 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna send. Okay, I understand that you have to leave early. Waterfall.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've sent me all your notes, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can go.
Thank you, sir.
Good night. Willon, what's your smart score is?
I'm not done yet.
What's your smart score?
85.
Thank you. Come on, man. Simple questions you can ask. Well on. Answer. I just asked you for a smart score. I didn't ask you finish or not. Destiny, Shekinah. Yeah, Janae Bethel, are you there? Yeah,
Yes,
Janae. Where's your notes?
I gonna send them to you right now.
Why didn't you send them from earlier? You know how long I've been
I'm
asking for
still
them?
writing.
How are you still writing if you let me see something. Okay. Please send them. LeVar Brown. LeVar Brown.
Yes, sir.
Where's your notes?
I
Did
send them to you.
Okay. All right, Quorai, you can go on to the exercises now, the quizzes. Aaliyah Store.
Yes, sir.
Do you need any of the solutions?
For menstruation.
Mensuration. Do you have all them before that?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
So all I only need to send you is mensuration.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Angel, where's Angel? Angel Cooper.
Yes, sir.
Did you send me your work?
Yes, sir.
Your notes? What your smart score is?
A 91.
91?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir.
How is your smart score 91 and this thing say Cooper 10?
I can send it to you.
I don't understand.
My own say I have a 91.
Oh, okay. You are in U2?
Pardon me?
You're in the second one?
Yes, sir. I just got on the second one. And I
Okay.
sent you the first one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ashton Webb? That's Ashton. Ashton Webb. What have you sent me your work, Ashton? Ashton, have you sent me your work? Aaliyah, have you done sets
Yes, sir.
and ratios and all them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have simple interest? Or you need the solutions for that too?
I have it.
Okay. Mensuration. Okay. Rashawn,
Yes, sir.
what are you working on?
Still a high purchase.
Do you have the book starting from the beginning?
Hello?
Do you have the book starting from the beginning?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The use the restroom, please.
Yes, you can. Bree and Bry, did y'all send in your work?
I did.
Okay.
I didn't, sir. I was eating dinner, but I
Okay.
will now.
Okay. And okay, vet percenti. Okay, vet percenti.
Yes, sir.
What's your smart score?
100.
Okay. Did you go on to the second quiz?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kaden, did you send in your work? Kaden, where's Kaden?
Oh, I'm right here, so I was on my phone because my laptop is dead, so that's why it took so long. But you mean the work for in the book or the
The work in
IXL?
the book.
Oh yeah, so I did.
Okay. What's her name? Zara? Zara Hannah.
Yes, sir.
Where's your notes?
I don't have them written down.
Why don't you have your notes written down, Zara?
I fall asleep.
No, you can't be falling asleep in my class, Zara. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Write these notes down, please. And don't you ever sleep in my class. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
I don't understand y'all, man. Come on. Do you pay for your classes? Hello, hello. Do you pay for your classes? Zara,
Yes, sir.
do you pay for your classes?
No, sir.
Okay, so do you want to waste your mother's money?
No, sir.
Well, don't sleep in my class then. Please send the work. I post the first slide inside the chat, and I'm going to post the second one in the chat. I need all that before you go, please. And don't tell me you're going to try to leave at 8:30 and these notes ain't submitted. You can be waiting there until 10 o'clock if these notes ain't submitted. So it's up to you. Or I'll make sure I tell your mother that you were sleeping in my class. Please write down all 3 of the slides.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night.
Sorry for being late, but can you please tell me what we're doing?
I'll post the notes in the class.
Yes, sir.
Please write down the notes. Once you finish with the notes, Sabria, then you can do the quiz.
Yes, sir.
China, did you send in your work?
Yes, sir.
You on the quizzes now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what's the name? Dwayne Slew, where's Dwayne?
Yes, sir.
Where's my notes? Where is the notes, Dwayne?
I'm sending them now.
So what taking you so long? Why you haven't sent them yet?
Drawing the shapes.
All right. Ciara Rackley, have you sent in the notes?
Yes, sir.
All right. And what's your smart score?
— 75.
75. Okay, good. Ajani, have you finished all of the quizzes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Egypt, where's Egypt? Where's Egypt? Ajani, please do quiz 4 since you finished with all 3. So for those who are finished with the first 3, please do quiz 4. Again, for those who are finished with the first 3, please do quiz 4. Do you have me, Ajani? I don't need you to be idling around. Please do quiz 4.
Sir.
Ricardo Russell,
Yes, sir.
did you send in your work?
I have no phone to send it, but I write it down.
What you mean you have no phone to send it?
But my phone messed up. My mommy gone to work.
And nobody home is home?
No, sir.
Okay, well, send it when your mother arrives. If she arrives too late, then you have to send it in the morning. But make sure you send it to me before class tomorrow. Understand me?
Yes, sir.
Good. Claremont, do you have a question?
Did you just make us do mean, median, mode?
Say it again?
Did you just make us do mean, median, mode?
Yes, that's quiz 4 for those who are finished with the first 3.
Hey, we haven't even learned that yet.
Claremont, please be careful. You understand who you're speaking to? You're speaking to me, you know.
Sorry, Mr. Petit.
Adjust your tune, man. You're a child. Now ask your question in a better way, please.
Why are we doing this quiz if we haven't learned the subject yet?
No, ask it better than that. Can you help me with?
Can you help me with this question, please?
Exactly. Because we did it, but you weren't here. But don't say we haven't done it. All right. The mean is the average. You have to add all the numbers together and divide it by your total number of data sets. Sorry, add all the numbers together and divide it by the total number of data points. That's the mean. The median is the middle number. That's the middle number once you arrange the numbers in ascending order. The mode is the most frequent value in the data set. And the range is the highest number minus the lowest. All right. So use those definitions to help you. Also, they have like work examples that you could use. But mean, median, and mode is something you're supposed to already know. If you still have any struggles, then let me know, Claremont.
Miss Mateen,
Go ahead, Destiny.
you can send the quizzes back in the chat, please.
Destiny, did you send me your notes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Where's Dion? Dion, where are you? Where's Dion? Can I from Dion? Okay, Vet Percenti, did you send in your notes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Denisha, did you send in your notes?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. Where's Egypt? Egypt, are you there? Egypt? Where's Egypt? Gianna? Hello, Gianna.
sir. Yes, sir.
Have you sent me your notes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what quiz are you on?
I'm stuck on quiz 1 right now.
You stuck on quiz 1? What's the problem?
I don't even know how to explain it. It's the one where it have like, where it say there are, for example, let's say there are 4 cubes in the second layer, there are 2 cubes in the third layer.
You mean
I'm
like
stuck-
this?
Yes, sir.
You want to count it? You want to understand how to count it?
Yeah, I don't understand how to count it.
Okay, so for this one, you have to assume that there are 2, 4, 6, 8. So this one right here is 8. That's the first thing. All right. Then this one right here, that's another 2. So that's what? 10, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
So this first one, that first major one is 8, right? 2, 4, 6, and 8. This one, these 2 at the bottom is that makes it 10. And then these 2 on top makes it what?
Well,
12, very good. And then you have 1,
Mr. Petit.
2, I am explaining something to Gianna, man. Allow me to explain it to her. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 for this block, right? Then 2 more will be 10, right? And then 2 more on top is 12. Do you see that, Gianna?
yes, sir.
Good. Now, this is 1, 2, 3, but then there's another one inside there that makes it 4. And then there's another one in the back there again that makes it 5. So this long one is not 3. It's connected to 2 other ones at the bottom. But I don't think we have to count them because we already counted them. So no, we just need to count the 3. So 1, 2, 3. So let's do it again. This is 8, right? You agree?
Yes, sir.
The 2 is what? 10, right?
10.
And then the 2 on top is
12.
12, and then plus 3,
15.
15. So that's how they get 15. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Mr. Petit, may I ask a question, please?
Yes, we can. Someone else had a question?
Me, I was asking if we should just continue go over 100 questions or just
No,
stop,
you
or-
have to make sure your smart score is 100%.
Okay,
Pardon?
yes, sir.
Good. Make sure your smart score is 100%.
So once you reach 100, just stop?
No, once you reach 100, it would automatically stop. It will tell you that you finish.
Yes, sir.
Kmar? Where's Kmar?
Yes, sir.
I noticed you on the quiz, but where's my notes?
I'm about to
Pardon?
send it right now.
You're supposed to then send that long time before you even touch the quiz. You always work backwards, man. Janelle Scavala? Where's Janelle?
Yes, sir.
Where's the notes?
I already sent it to you.
What's your smart? Why are you not doing your quiz? Janelle, I don't see your notes. Where's Janelle? All right, okay. Janelle, where's Janelle? Hello, Janelle, are you there? Nevaeh, are you done with the notes? Where's Nevaeh? Nevaeh Wallace, are you there? Sabria, are you working on the notes?
Yes, sir.
And Stacy Pinder, have you already sent me the notes? Stacy?
Sorry, no, sir.
Okay, please send me the notes.
Yes, sir.
And Matthew, where's Matthew?
I am as
Where's your notes?
my mother is in there.
Okay, what have you started the quizzes yet?
I trying to reset my Google because it's saying it keeps stopping when I
Okay.
go on a store.
Okay. And Malik Rule,
Yes, sir.
did you send me the notes?
Yes, sir.
How about you, Latavia?
I sent you my notes.
What's your smart score?
88.
88, okay. Kmar, where's the notes?
I'll send one right now.
Okay. Rashay, where's Rashay? Rashay,
Yeah.
where's your notes?
I can take a picture and send it to her. I mean, send it to you.
Okay, please.
Excuse me, sir.
Go ahead, Chai.
May I be excused, please?
For how long?
For a couple of minutes.
Okay.
I write a note sent to the quiz Mr. Vacation.
You ready? Write the notes down.
I write them now.
Yes, once you finish writing them down, then you can do the quiz. Rashay, where's Rashay?
Yeah, sir. She right here.
I need to speak to Rashay. Just use one mic.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let her use your mic, please.
Girl, you so cute.
Yes, sir.
Rashay, why are you getting this wrong? If you look at the bottom, pardon? If you look at the bottom, there's 1, 2, 3, and then 1 on the back, which makes it 4 at the bottom. All right. And then there's 1, 2, 3 at the top. That's why it's 7, not 8. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So the bottom is 4. So 1, 2. So this is 1, 2, 3, and then 1 at the back, which makes it 4, and then 1, 2, 3 on top, which is make it 7. You understand that? Rashay, do you understand that? Okay. And Malia Rule, where's Malia? Malia Rule, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Have you sent me your notes as yet?
I already sent them, yes, sir.
Okay. What happened to your quiz? Why you pause on it?
I was adding the question up.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Yes.
Can you send the 4th quiz, please? I already did the other 3.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. For those who are finished with the first 3, you can go on the 4th quiz. It's in the chat again for those who are finished with the first 3. You can go on the 4th quiz, which is in the chat. Sienna,
Yes, sir.
just finish the rest of the problems that you're working on. The next 3 topics, You understand me?
Mr. T, I might not get much done because I'm at my sister's house helping with preparations.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember. Yes. Kema, did you send the notes?
Yes, so you should see it now.
Why you stop on your quiz?
I started again right now.
I don't see your notes, Kema. Did you send it to your mother's phone?
No, I sent it to my dad's phone.
Okay. Okay, I see it now. Hayden. Where's Kaden?
Yes, sir.
You don't understand my quiz?
Yes, sir.
No? Which part don't you
I know.
understand?
None.
Go ahead.
We're having a hard time trying to call it.
Okay. I see this one you got it right. So you gotta understand that there's stuff in the back that you also have to count. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and at the bottom is 6. So you have to imagine it like a 3D object. Only some parts you see. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right. So do the other one and let me see if you get it right. So you have to make sure count all the parts. All right. You have to imagine it like a 3D shape. All right. And count all the ones, even the ones at the back. Where's Zara? Zara Hannah?
Yes, sir.
Where's the notes?
I'm writing them down.
Okay. Kaden, do you understand the one that you want, or you want to take a picture and let me help you?
I did try to do it now, so.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Petit, I'm finished writing the notes. I can send it to you right now.
Okay, good.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
My sister computer going dead. So
What happened? Do you have a charger?
yes, sir.
All right,
But it
make sure.
just went dead.
So it wasn't in charge.
No, sir.
Make sure charge your devices, man. I don't understand y'all. You have a charger. Charge the device. That made no sense. You're too old for stuff to be dying on you. Come on, you know you have to charge the thing. Charge the thing. All right. It's 8 o'clock.
Sorry, Mr. Petit.
Hello.
I have to step out for a while, but I'll also get a notes for Max. So.
Okay, no problem. All right,
Okay.
so let's transition to English language. It's 8 o'clock, so please, if you are doing English language, turn your attention over to the screen. If you are not doing English language, then please continue to do the quizzes. But for those of us who are doing English language, let's turn our attention to the screen for me. That means stop doing the quizzes. Stop with the quizzes. Wherever you are is sufficient. We could probably finish that up tomorrow, or I'll give you another opportunity to do it, maybe. But let's turn our attention to English language. Write down these notes for me, please. Today is Monday the 27th of November, 2023. The subject is, of course, mathematics. No, English language.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, would you like me to continue with math?
Say it again.
Would you like me to continue with math, or do you want me to continue?
No, finish with the math stuff. Finish with the. The topic for today is going to be we're going to be looking at the anatomy of narrative writing. The anatomy of narrative writing. And when we talk about narrative writing, what do we mean? Narrative, writing a narrative, what does that mean?
A story?
A story, very good. A story. So a narrative is a story. So let's take down the notes based on narrative writing. So when you come into your exam, there are gonna be various type of there are gonna be various types of essays that they're gonna want you to do. One of them is a narrative essay, right? And if you're gonna do a narrative essay, you have to understand what it is and what it means. So basically, a narrative essay is basically telling a story. When you're telling a story, obviously you're gonna have a plot, you're gonna have characters, you're gonna have conflict, you're gonna have maybe conflict resolution, you're gonna have themes and all them stuff. And so all of them help to create the story. So today we're gonna be looking at what makes a good narrative essay. So let's first start off with the definition. So a narrative essay, write this down for me, please. Let me start to say by a narrative essay. So let's say that a narrative essay is a piece of writing that tells a story. So it's different from, say, a persuasive essay that tries to persuade you and try to convince you of something. So unlike other forms of essays that might focus on analysis, right? Or maybe focus on persuading you to do something. Persuasion or explanation. The narrative essay is centered on the art of storytelling. How many persons in here are good storytellers? Like you could tell a good story.
Me.
But I could write them.
Oh, okay. And Zari, you're a good storyteller. I think that's Zara who answered. Anyone else in here are good storytellers? You can tell a good story.
Yeah.
All right. That's Nevaeh?
Yes, sir.
Nevaeh, okay. All right, so telling a good story is basically writing a narrative essay. So let's start off with the anatomy of a narrative essay. So when we say the anatomy of it, what we basically mean is what's supposed to be inside of it, right? So if you're trying to make a narrative essay, obviously you need an introduction. Now, obviously what the introduction is going to have, the introduction is obviously going to have some sort of hook, right? So in the introduction, you want to hook the reader by starting in an interesting way, wouldn't you? So the introduction has a hook. So you want to basically start the essay in a compelling way. So a compelling narrative supposed to be double L. A compelling narrative often begins with a hook. And the hook is basically a sentence or two that grabs the reader's attention, right? So it's basically a sentence that grabs the reader's attention. It could be an intriguing statement. It could be a vivid description, right? But its job is to grab the reader's attention. That's the hook, right? Then you have basically you might have some background information. Now, when we talk about background information, what we mean is basically some sort of light introduction to the characters or themes that you'll be talking about. So,
excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Can
I use the bathroom, please?
Yes, you can. So provide any necessary information to set the stage, for the story, including introducing key characters the setting, and the central theme or purpose of the narrative. So that's inside your introduction. So you want to start in an interesting way. You maybe can start off with, you know, an intriguing statement, a question, might even start with a vivid example or a vivid description. That's a hook. You want to start off with a hook. Next, you want to give some background information. Talk about the characters that you may have inside of your essay, inside of your story. You know, what's the setting? Where is this thing taking place? And what's the main theme of the narrative? I like to think of narratives sort of like movies. So if you look at certain movies, the way they start tells you whether you're going to like the movie or not sometimes. So usually, so if you have a movie, sometimes movies start off like with, you know, a big scene, and the scene is maybe someone is in hostage, and the heroes have to come together as a team and deliver that person from being in hostage. And so right from the beginning, they already tell you, okay, who is the main characters? What are their purpose? What is their goal? What is their motive? And what ways they're using to release this person from hostage, right? So you have several movies that start off that way, where it start off with someone in hostage, someone, you know, in a bad situation, and the heroes have to come and rescue them. And throughout the movie, you may probably find that the hero probably get into some internal conflict or whatever, and then have to come back to that particular place where they was, or maybe they get a new mission. So that's a hook. That's a background information. So you want to not only grab them and give them and get their attention, but you also want to talk about the main characters or the main persons who are going to be a part of this story. Now, after you already give them the hook, after you already give the background information, you might want to include a thesis statement. Now, the thesis statement, especially for narrative essays, is optional. The reason is because not every narrative essay has a thesis statement, because the thesis statement usually is basically you stating your position and giving 3 reasons why you agree or disagree. But for a narrative essay, it's not like you're writing, you know, a defense to a certain argument. For a narrative essay, you're just basically telling a story. So a lot of persons don't have a thesis statement in a narrative essay, at least in the introduction, but the themes are there. So thesis statement is optional, very optional. Now you may want to figure out, like, so the next thing you got to do is, after you already get your introduction, you want to go to what? Your body paragraphs. Now your body paragraphs could be arranged in different ways. So what do I mean? Well, if you're writing a story, there's different ways that you can write a story, okay? So you could write a story in chronological order. What we mean by chronological order, what does that mean? Writing a story in chronological order. What does that mean?
In order.
Say it again.
In order.
First, second, third. Basically just in the order that it happened in real life, or in the order that it happened in the story, right? So you can write it in order. You could write it from a timeline perspective. Okay, this thing happened first, then the next thing happened, and this thing led to this thing, and then that thing led to that thing. That's what we mean by chronological order, like writing it in the order that it happened, right? So that's one way you could write a narrative essay, chronological order, okay? That's one way. So, and most narrative follows this particular, like most movies, most narratives, most stories follow this particular thing. Okay, this thing happened, she met this guy, or you know, this person fought this person, or this baby was born that turns out to be an alien, something. Like it started out with at a particular place, and then it iterated from there, right? So most narrative essays follow a chronological order. What does that mean? guiding the reader through the unfolding of events, unfolding of events. What is wrong? Unfolding of events in the same sequence as they occurred. So that's what we mean by chronological order. So following the sequence of events based on how it actually happened. That's what we mean by chronological order. And so when you are writing a narrative essay and you are trying to develop your, your essay, you're trying to like figure out what should I put inside my body paragraphs? Well, what you could put is how the story unfolded in sequence, in time, in the proper time, step by step. Now, another thing that you could do to basically boost your or fill or develop your body paragraph is you may want to, and this is very important, you may have to put some dialogue in there. So dialogue and detail. What does that mean? Well, anyone know what dialogue means in a narrative essay? What does dialogue mean?
How a conversation goes.
How what?
Between two persons.
Very good. Conversations among characters in the essay. So you may introduce Jane, and Jane speaks with Sue, and they come up with an idea, and they end up becoming detectives, and they are dealing with this case, and they are having a back and forth with, the persons who they are trying to, interview and gather, details and evidence with it. So that dialogue, right, that conversation that they're having between the person that they're interviewing among themselves, the dialogue that they're having among themselves, the dialogue that they're having, with the judge, the dialogue that they're having with their boss, their coworkers, all of those conversations that they're having, that could be included in your narrative essay. And in fact, that develops the narrative essay. Detail, what do we mean by detail? Like what is the problem that is trying to be solved? Like what exactly is the problem? Where exactly is this happening? Why is it significant? Well, and you need dialogue and detail to help you to explain the broader themes like courage and loyalty and friendship and stuff like that. So, and dialogue is engaging. So it helps you to understand also, and dialogue helps with characterization, basically helping you understand, who are these characters? Like what, how do they speak? Like how do they express themselves? So engage the reader by incorporating dialogue and descriptive details. Dialogue adds authenticity. So when we say authenticity, we mean it sounds more real. So it sounds like you actually make this up yourself, like, and you didn't get it from Google. So engage the reader by incorporating dialogue and descriptive details. And dialogue adds authenticity and can reveal, right, characters' personalities, while vivid details appeal to the reader's senses, making sure that's memorable, creating a more immersive experience and making sure that it's, memorable in their minds. So That's dialogue in detail. Next thing you need is the next thing you need is you need conflict resolution. Conflict and resolution. So so in order to develop your body paragraphs, you need to talk, maybe explain it in chronological order. Now, not every narrative is explained in chronological order. Sometimes you could start from the end, I remember watching this movie, and what they did was, which was weird, they started the movie at the end. Anyone ever watch a movie like that where they give you the end scene, and then after that they show you what led up to that? Anyone ever?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah, so
what movie was that you saw?
Black
What
Adam.
what it is?
Black Adam.
Black Adam. Okay. Anyone else? Like they show you the end before it even happened.
I forgot the name, but it was a horror.
A horror movie. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir. I watched a movie. Shazam.
Shazam?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The
All
Sonic
right.
movie one.
Say it again.
The first Sonic movie.
The first Sonic movie. Okay. All right. If anyone ever watched John Wick Part 1, that did it.
Yes, sir.
yeah, so
Yeah.
Sir, the movie hit.
Yeah. So that started at the beginning. At the beginning, they show you what happened at the end. And then throughout the movie, they show you what led up to that. Right. So that's a way you can, obviously develop things instead of, instead of doing it in chronological order, you can start at the end and then build up to what led to that, right? And obviously that's not easy. But with practice, you can become more sophisticated at doing that. It's just a different twist, to it. All right, conflict resolution. So what conflict arose and how did they solve that conflict? And every movie has sort of that, idea. A conflict arises, and how do we solve this conflict? Not in every story you have conflict being solved, but you have a conflict and you have some sort of approximation, mating solution to that. Or maybe even the solutions that they try to do didn't work, right? And then you have to wait for part 2. Or sometimes there is no part 2. So, like any good story, you're gonna need a narrative essay, often involves some form of conflict or challenge. All right. Now, this may be an internal struggle within the narrator. Who's the narrator? No one knows the narrator.
The person in the story.
The person who's the narrator is the person who is what? Telling the story, yes. This may be an internal struggle within the narrator or an obstacle. Or as we can say, an external obstacle. An external just basically mean out. An external obstacle that must be overcome. And then now you get to the conclusion, right? So with the conclusion, obviously now we are ending it. And, you know, sometimes you might want to end with a cliffhanger. You may want to end with situations being resolved, right? We call it a happy ending, like most Disney movies, you know, the dream came true, you know, the hero won, sort of like Blue Beetle, for those who watched that. The hero won, you know. Yes.
Blue Beetle already came out?
Yes, it already did. Long time.
I missed out.
You can always watch it online. There's always that option. But you know, sort of like those stuff, like the hero won, you know, the hero saved his family, the hero saved the world. Or it might not even be a hero in the traditional sense of the hero, but it may be a hero, or we may call them the protagonist, right? So the protagonist is the person who is on the side of the good, and the antagonist is the person who is on the side of evil. Basically, the person who is against the protagonist, causing the protagonist to, endure certain stuff. So that's the protagonist. That's the antagonist. So protagonist is the good guy. Antagonist is the bad guy who working against the protagonist, trying to make sure he fall. And in most movies, the antagonist either dies or the antagonist either runs away. Most stories. Sometimes, sometimes, the antagonist wins,
Get defeated.
Yeah, sometimes the antagonist wins, and just those stories is just a different twist on it. But so when you are doing your conclusion, you want to talk about, so the conclusion basically gives you the opportunity. So the conclusion of a narrative essay is an opportunity for the writer to reflect, right, on the experience and its significance. So in your conclusion, however you conclude your narrative essay, you wanna, like, you want the reader to understand, like, what was the point of all this? Like, you ever read a book or you ever watch something, you're like, I don't understand the point. Like, I don't get the point. You know what I mean? And when it's like that, it's a bad story, right? So you want the story to make sense. Like, it needs to make sense. It needs to have some sort of meaning to it, some sort of, like significant theme, something that ties everything together. Maybe it's loyalty, maybe it's friendship, maybe it's love, maybe it's joy, maybe it's, surviving tough conflict, like whatever the message is, you want to make that clear. And a good narrative has that message weaved in throughout the essay. So by the time as they reach the conclusion, the conclusion just basically gonna seal the deal, right? And bring it home. So you might want to end with or you might want to end with a, closing thought or reflection that leaves a lasting impression. On the reader. Now, one thing with narratives do not have to be real, right? And narratives don't have to be fake, right? Narrative just tells a story. And a story could be real, or a story could be make-believe. But at the end of the day, it could be something that actually happened to you. That's still considered a story, right? It could be something that you saw in somebody else's life. That's still a story. It could be something that that you made up from your own mind, fiction, right? Fantasy. That's still a story. So all of those are different ways you could bring forward a narrative, whether it's something that you experienced, something you saw someone experience, or something that you make up. Or maybe it may be a combination of something that actually happened and something that didn't happen, like a combination of both. And so that's what we mean by, creating a story. But whatever story that you are creating, make sure that you know exactly who the characters are, what are their dispositions. You need to know, like, what message are you trying to convey? Like, what's the general idea? We call that the theme. You need to know, and then you need to know how you're going to bring forth that theme, right? What's the end message? You also got to have some sort of climax. So the climax is basically, when the major part of the movie, like, or I say movie a lot because that's what movies are, a story. So the climax is gonna be when like everything that happened in the story led up to this point, right? As we call it the climax. For anyone ever watch Avengers: The Endgame? Anyone watch that?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. So what would you say the climax of that movie would be? The climax, like the height. What would it be? For those who watched it.
I guess. I guess Thanos killing the whole universe of
No.
mankind.
No, I wouldn't say that. I'd say the climax would be no, when everybody, when all of the Avengers came to fight, like when all of the bad guys and all of the good guys came together to that final battle, that's the climax. Like everything led up to that. Same thing with Wakanda. Yeah, same thing with Wakanda. Same thing with Wakanda. All of them, like when all of the final scene, when all of the troops come together, and well, all of the troops of the good guys and all of the troops of the bad guys come together for that final battle, that final combat, like that's the climax. Like that's it. Like whatever happens now, like everything depends on that. Like if you lose this battle, like you lose everything. Like, and so that's the climax, and so you need a climax. So you need characters, you need themes, you need a climax, you need a plot. So the plot is going to tell you, okay, what happens. And you need a good conclusion. And a good conclusion has to be in harmony with your overall theme, right? Okay, so I think we're good with this. So I'm going to put a prompt on the screen. And I need you to tell me if this is a narrative essay or is it another type of essay. Okay. So school students. So in the chat, if you think it's a narrative, put yes. If you think it's not a narrative essay, put no. All right. So school students should be allowed to wear their own clothing to school. Do you agree? Do you agree or disagree to this statement? Now tell me inside the chat, is this a narrative? If you think it's a narrative essay, put yes. If you think it's not a narrative essay, put no. All right. School students should be allowed to wear their own clothing to school. Do you agree or disagree to the statement? All right, put your hands inside the chat for me. Again, if you think it's a narrative essay, put yes. If you think it's not a narrative essay, put no. All right, so let me see what y'all put inside the chat. No, Lava said, I agree. That was always in the question. Disagree, no, persuasive. All right, the answer is no. This is not a narrative essay. This is what we call, no, very good. It's not a narrative essay. So a narrative essay might be the first flight I made, or my memories of the school time, or it may be experiencing a crash. It may be something describing, you know, the moment that I'm most proud of, right? The best moment of my entire life, you know, the toughest decision I have ever made, you know, or it may be fictional, right? A dark night and my car ran into the petrol. Like, it may be a horrible dream that turned into reality. Like, you know, even something that is Cinderella-like in nature. Those are stories. All right, so let's begin with the grade exercise. So let's go. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this slide. If you need it, you can have the photo inside of the chat. Again, I'm gonna take a photo of this slide. If you need it, it's inside the chat. All right, so are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right, perfect. All right, so let's begin. Today is time for grade exercise. Grade exercise number what? Number 1? Yeah, grade exercise number 1. So instructions. Circle the correct letter for each question. Make sure when you're doing these questions, make sure write the question and the options, please. I don't want no one asking me, oh, Mr. Petit, should we write the options? Yes, write the options. Don't just write the question and the answer. Some of you are always looking for a shortcut. All right, so let's begin with the first question. Number one, what distinguishes a narrative essay from other forms of essays? Is it A, analysis, B, persuasion, C, explanation, or D, storytelling? What distinguishes a narrative essay from other essays? Number two, what is the purpose of the hook in the introduction of a narrative essay? So the purpose of a hook, is it to A, to provide background information, is it to B, to introduce characters, is it to C, to engage the reader's attention? Number three, what does the term chronological order mean in the context of a narrative essay? Is it A, random organization of events? Write this down for me, please. Is it B, organization based on the sequence of occurrences? Or is it C, organization based on importance? Number four, Finally, in a narrative essay, what often provides a sense of closure and conveys the theme? Is it A, the hook in the introduction? Is it B, the reflective insight in the conclusion? Or is it C, the background information? At the beginning of the essay. All right, so I'm just going to give you 4 of them, saying that we're low on time. I'll write down the questions as well as the answers. Once you're finished with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp again. Once you're finished with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Make sure I write down the question as well as the options. We will go over the answers together, but I need you to send all of your work to my WhatsApp number. Take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. These questions are strictly based off of your notes, so make sure you use your notes to be able to answer them. The first question says, what distinguishes a narrative essay from other forms of essays? Is it analysis, persuasion, explanation, or storytelling? Number 2 says, what is the purpose of the hook in the introduction of a narrative essay? Is it A, to provide background information, B, to introduce key characters, C, to engage in the reader's attention, or to engage the reader's attention? Number 3, what does the term chronological order mean in the context of a narrative essay? Is it A, random and organization of events, B, organization based on the sequence of occurrences, or C, organization based on importance? Number 4, in a narrative essay, what often provides a sense of closure and conveys the theme? Is it A, the hook in the introduction, B, the reflective insight in the conclusion, C, the background information at the beginning of the essay? And that's the 4th one. Again, once you're finished, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, once you're finished, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Kaden, what number are you on?
I on number 3, so.
Number 3, okay. Gianna, what number are you on?
A 3.
Number 3. Casey, what number are you on? Casey, what number are you on?
I am number 4, so.
Number 4, good. Malia, what number are you on? Malia, I
Can you
can't.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. What number are you on?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Korai, what number are you on?
Notes.
What number are you on?
I'm still writing the notes.
Are you still writing notes? Rashay and Rashad, what number are you all on?
Number 3.
Okay, number 3. What she say she on, Rashad? Rashad, what did your sister say she on number? What number she on?
Still in the notes.
Oh, still on the notes. Okay. Angel, what number you on?
Number 4.
Again, once you finish with the work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, once you finish with the work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Bree and Bri, what number are y'all on?
I'm on number 1.
Number 1, okay.
I'm on number 3.
Number 3, okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
All right, Ciara, yes.
I'm done.
All right, once you're done, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, once you're done, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp.
I already sent it.
Okay. Please wait until we answer the question before you go.
Yes, sir.
All right. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. All right, again, once you finish with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp once you finish. All right, again, once you finish with the work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Dion, what number are you on? Dion, what number are you on? Where's Dion? Ricardo Russell, what number are you on? What number are you on, Ricardo?
Number 4.
Number 4, okay. And Chai, what number you on?
Number 3.
Number
Excuse
3.
me, sir.
Go ahead.
Can you go to the notes for a second so I can take a screenshot?
All right. So for those who need the notes, these are the notes right now. All right, how many persons are finished with this work? How many persons are finished? Who all are done? All right. We have to go over the answers before you go. How many persons are finished?
I'm done.
All right, China's done.
That's the Latavia.
Latavia, my bad. Y'all sound so much alike. Sienna. Sienna, where's Sienna?
You're not gonna ever be able.
All right, so let's go ahead and answer these questions. All right, the question number 1 says, what distinguishes a narrative essay from other forms of essays? Which y'all have for that one?
Storytelling.
D, very good. Storytelling. How many persons have that for number 1? Let me know.
Me.
All right.
Me.
Very good. Number 2, what is the purpose of the hook in the introduction of a narrative essay? Draw for that one.
To engage readers' attention.
Very good. To engage readers' attention. C. How many persons have that for number 2?
Me.
I do.
All right. Only 3 persons. Anyone else have that correct answer for number 2?
I
Please
do.
answer me. Anyone else?
Me.
All right. Very good.
I have
Very good.
I
All
have
right. Very good. Number 3. What does the term chronological order mean in the context of a narrative essay?
Organization based on sequence of occurrences.
Very good. Organization based on sequences, based on the sequence of occurrences. How many persons have B for number 3?
Me.
Very good, Ciara. Very good. Dion. And number 4, the final one. A narrative essay would often provide a sense of closure and conveys the theme in the essay. Joe for that.
This one had me confused.
Would provides a sense of closure. If you're closing something, where that's gonna be?
Would it be the B?
Reflective side
It
inside
would
of the
be.
conclusion.
Yeah, in the conclusion. It would be the conclusion.
Reflected inside of the conclusion.
So it will be reflective insight in the conclusion, all right? So that is that. Anyone got 4 out of 4? All right.
Me.
Ciara.
Mr. Petit.
Very good. Malik.
I did.
Very good, Chai.
I did too.
Very good, Bree.
I
And
did too.
very good, Bree and Bri. All right, once you've already sent me your work, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, once you're ready, send in your work. Once you're ready, finish your work, take it. Once you're ready, send in your work, you can leave. Once you're ready, send in your work, you can leave.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good
Good
night.
night. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night. Again, once you finish with your work, then you can go. Once you're ready, send me all of the photos.